Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. My name is Jenett Beaver, and I'm so honored to share my expertise when it comes to branding parties. It's really, really very important to me to be able to do this because, when I started Global Wealth Trades, I really wanted to do a lot of parties. At the beginning, we didn't really have this division, so we're very, very fortunate that not only we're designer company, not only, we have the best compensation, we are the best direct sales company out there, and now we have this home branding party division because most companies, they either want one or the other, right? Direct sales or home party division, but we both have the same opportunity. So we have a lot of people who just wanted to do at-home branding party. Like I know my good friend Daisy, she does a lot of branding party, and she won the Retail Queen in the last 2 years, and she's been having a lot of success with her retail sales. So we have other people that just wanted to do direct sales. They just wanted to build teams, earn residual income, which is great. But we have two, so we don't have to choose one or the other. We can do both. So that's what I'm going to go through tonight. It's about learning how to do home branding party because you don't have to choose either one. You can do both. So let's go just a moment. Okay, so facts. The top 7 companies in home shows produce in excess of $30 billion per year. That's why there's a lot of company out there that just does home branding, home shows, right? Because they call it home shows, we call it GWT at home branding party. Because it's a $30 billion per year industry. But there's only 3 of those companies out of all those companies, there's only 3 that's actually doing jewelry. And even then, they're producing almost $3 billion per year. So I don't know about you, but I want to get a piece of that $3 billion per year on top of what we're already making in terms of, the direct sales, right? Like building the teams, our auto revenue, residual income. So why not add into that income? So the GWT at-home branding party is very unique, it's innovative, it's quality, and self-duplicating. So we're very different. So different ways to do branding party. So I'm going to just mention to you 3 different ways that you can actually do branding party. It's not your traditional home show that you can only do it at your home or somebody else's home. But first, it's very, very important that when you wanted to do a branding party, to have a theme, because it just makes it more fun, and it's also very inviting. And also there's a lot of people that, you can't just say, oh, come to my branding party. I mean, that's fine, but, some people, they don't know what that is, or you just say, come to my home show. But if you have a theme to your party, it's just make it more fun. For example, shopaholic party, right? Like, I mean, that sounds really nice for those people who love to do shopping. Girls' day or night out, wine and cheese. Wine and cheese is actually very common. It's usually during evening time, like during the day, when after work you wanted to just invite your friends or your family to have a wine and cheese. So it's very simple. Style your life. Girls just want to have fun. Mother and daughter shopping spree day. Branding party, of course. That's because that's what GWT, that's what our party is, that GWT at home branding party. Glitz and glam, grand opening. I highly, highly recommend all those people just started the business, or people that's been away and wanted to restart their business, to have their grand opening party. You see, I used to own my own store, and when I had my store open, my retail store, I had a grand opening day or grand opening week. You've seen that in a lot of retail stores. Why? Because people cannot resist grand opening. They go there, they want to see what's the deal, they want to see all the new stuff that you're bringing in, they want to see this new store. So I highly recommend to have a grand opening party. That should be the first one that you should be hosting, your grand opening party. Because when you invite your family and friends, grand opening, they can't say no to you, right? I mean, you're in business, you're starting your own business, so you're having your grand opening party. Fashion Friday, I use this a lot. I'm actually doing a holiday Fashion Friday on December the 6th. So it's just nice, you know, like every Friday, so you can have a party, so you can call it Fashion Friday. Fabulous Party, mother and daughter pamper party. This is really great if you wanted to combine it maybe with, I know a lot of people, they have a friend that's maybe Mary Kay or, you know, or who own a spa. You can always have the mother and daughter pamper party. Jack and Jill is really great for if you want to invite couples like, you know, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, then they can have Jack and Jill. It's usually very popular, very famous around before Valentine's Day because, you know, you wanted to invite both so that they can buy each other a gift. Posh by Fairy party, so it's new since we released the Posh, so why not have a Posh by Fairy party? So the first way that I wanted to mention about different ways of doing branding party is a mobile party. What is a mobile party? It's actually you're going through locations to locations. It doesn't have to be somebody's home, right? You can do it at schools. You know, if they have like fundraising at schools, if they have like, I know my kids' school, they have every summer, they have these family gatherings, family barbecue days, and, you know, we rented sometimes tables. So you can do it in schools. If they have parents and teacher interview, that's really, really great. If you involved in the school, in the community, you can ask them to have a table there, you know, and you can even have it like a fundraising. You can tell them that, you know, half of the proceeds or profits, or, you know, you're going to give 10%, 20% of whatever the retail profit is to the school. So that's really great. Offices, like, you know, a lot of big buildings, big companies, they have 1 hour lunch where they have this really nice lunch room. You can go there and you can tell them that, you know, within that 1 hour you have a display there, and, you know, you wanted to introduce to them this amazing Canadian designer brand. Coffee shops, you can go to any coffee shop and just display your products and let the people come to you, invite them to have a seat, and then you show them the products. Restaurants, you know, we've rented different restaurants to do our party, or just to do a display table. Churches, you know, a lot of churches, they do fundraising, so why not invite them to do or to host a branding party for you. And again, it's charity, so you wanted to donate a proceeds, or if you are involved in that church, you know, and you can ask maybe the pastor or the priest to do the party, right? Just so you can introduce your business. Just see, I just started my designer business, and I wanted to introduce to people about my product, about my business, and this is a way for me to let everybody know that I'm in business. Community centers. Again, there's a lot of activities in community centers. You know, you can have a product display table, invite people to come, and hospitals. There's a lot of hospitals now where they allow vendors to come, so you can do that and display your table, your products. Salons, very, very neat idea, salons. If you know anybody who owns a salon, it's a great idea, especially on a busy day like Saturday or Sunday. Just have a table there, and then while people are waiting for their turn, right, or people that just got their color done, you know how long you have to wait until the color comes out really nice. So imagine you now have entertaining them with all these beautiful products, right? And then they're just gonna love it, because think about it, they're getting their hair done and they're doing shopping. That's like every girl's dream. right? Like a spa and shopping. So that's amazing. Retirement homes. Believe it or not, I mean, there's a lot of retirement homes that, will allow you to have product display table because, they can't leave that homes. They can't go out, so it allows them to go shopping and still enjoy themselves. I used to work at the shopping channel, and we have a lot of old people that place an order from the retirement home because we see this address. It's one address, but it's different rooms. And then sometimes they'll tell you, oh, I'm in a retirement home, so I'm in this room, whatever. So it's really great. And I know I just saw Leslie's posting. She actually did her display table home show at a retirement home, which is perfect because I just mentioned retirement home. So again, it just allowed them to enjoy themselves and also to shop without leaving, the place. So mobile party, what you wanted to do is you wanted to have a kit. If you want to do a lot of mobile party, I highly recommend to have a branding party kit. I have a kit. What it is, it's just like a big bag. Those hockey sports bags. You can have those, or you can have the rolling briefcase or rolling suitcase. What you want to do is you want to fill it out with your fairy lookbooks and your Posh catalogs, your fairy and Posh products that you've collected, your FFA kit or PFA kit, and whatever it is that you purchased over the years because of your IA. That's the important thing about the IA because that's how you accumulate all your products, right? You're not paying it all at once. You're saving up. You're putting up your IA every month, and then when you like the product, you just order it, use your IA. And you wanted to also include in the order form lots of pens, price list, of course, glamour packs, accolades, magazines if you have them, tabletop banners. It's really nice because especially if you have a really small space, you don't really have space for a big banner. The tabletop banners is really, really great. Gift certificates, because you never know who's going to want to be interested in finding out about your business, so you want to be able to be ready. Trifold brochures. We do have the trifold brochures from the home branding manual kit. The only thing is I don't think they've updated the price there yet because I think they're still $249. So what you may want to do is just, you can still use it. Do not waste it. Just cover it up with a sticker or something and just put $169. And invitations, so that when you see people, especially when you're doing it at the hospitals or coffee shops, like somewhere public, and somebody really wanted to host a party for you, then you may want to give them the invitations. Applications, because like I said, you never know who's going to be interested in doing the business. Mirror, of course, because you want to be able to show them how they look with our pieces. Tablecloth, laptop or tablet, so that you can show them more products because we have about 1,200 products. It's impossible for us to own everything. And the play money, if you want to go play games, and you can do that. And then your branding party training manual. It's very, very important to have your branding party training manual because you can go there and if you need to refresh, and I know the games there that I'm going to mention later. So very important, if you don't have the branding party kit, to pick it up. Buy one for yourself, for your team, because it's really, really important. Okay, so the second one, I'm very, very excited about this, honestly. The online branding party. It's coming soon because we're working on it. We wanted to make sure that it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. But let me tell you, I'm so excited about this online branding party. I've introduced this about over a year ago because this, I find that will really, really revolutionize the home party industry. Not just ours, but the whole home home show industry, because online branding party is a great way for you to increase your retail sales. Book an online branding party anywhere in the world. Imagine having online branding party in New Zealand, in Australia, in the Philippines, in Europe. Like Europe is expanding now, like rapidly, thanks to Poland. They just actually had their pre-launch. So imagine you're now having online branding party anywhere in the world, and anybody can be your e-host, right? It can be a man, it can be a woman, it can be a teenager. Anybody can host the online branding party. There is no preparation because there is no refreshment. So you don't have to, to prepare. Nobody else, sometimes nobody has time to prepare or to clean their house. That's why a lot of times people don't want to host a party because there's a lot of preparations, but we always tell people keep it simple. The simpler it is, the better. It's less effort and it's duplicated. So again, no preparations, no need for refreshments. Any time of the day, they can be hosting the party for you. Any day of the week. It doesn't have to be weekends. It doesn't have to be after work. The company will ship the products directly to your e-host or to your customers. So you don't even have to touch the product, right? It's drop ship. It gets shipped to them directly. And you can have multiple parties a day. Imagine I'm having an online branding party, one in New Zealand, one in Europe, one in Asia, one in Canada, one in US, all at the same time. That's the power of online branding party. I'm telling you, I am so excited about this online branding party. And we're just working on it right now because we want to make sure that it's, like I said, as easy as 1, 2, 3. But once we introduce this, oh my gosh, the retail sales are going to go up the roof. And, it's really easy because how it works is simple. You ask anybody around the world to host a party for you. All they have to do is email the website. Again, we're still working on the details on this one, but just imagine how powerful this is going to be. Online branding party, again, it's going to revolutionize the home show industry. It is going to be an innovative, it's going to be new, it's going to be fantastic, and retail sales is going to skyrocket. You guys are going to have a lot of retail sales because, like I said, you can have multiple parties the same day, the same hour, it doesn't have to be, you're going to be there 2 to 3 hours and then book it again. So simultaneously, you can have a lot of online branding parties. So I'm very, very, very excited about this, and hopefully we'll get to introduce this to you very, very soon. Okay, so the common one is at-home branding party. So this is the home show. So I'm going to walk you through the setup. So what you're going to need, ideally what you need is 2 tables. One is for refreshments and then one for product display table. You don't want to put the product with the food because, it's just a disaster, right? I mean, if something spilled, it just does not look professional. So if you have a small place, because I've done party where it's a tiny bachelor suite, so what you can do is just leave the refreshment in the kitchen, and then the dining table, just use it as the display table. So just don't put them both at the same table, like on the same table. Place tablecloth light on the product table. Leave it empty. I'm going to explain to you why leave it empty. This is optional though, but for me it works perfectly. Mannequins, again, it's optional because right now our fairy box and posh, they're so gorgeous that you can actually want it to display them. So mannequins, if you have mannequins, it's really nice, but it's optional. Registration table, so you need to have a table where guests can register. Because this, when they register, that's leads for you, right? So you can follow up with them. So you need their contact information. So you're going to have a registration form where they put in their name, email address, phone number. And then computer station, because like I said, we have about 1,200 products, so you can't really have everything. So you want to make sure that you'll be able to also showcase the rest of the products through your computer or your tablet. And so this is like ideally when you do the home branding party, you need to, the event should be 2 to 3 hours, 3 hours maximum. It shouldn't be more than that, like seriously. But sometimes there's a lot of home shows or branding party where they combine it with birthday party or other occasions. That is okay because, I mean, honestly, it's a birthday party, right? But ideally, you know, when we go to birthday parties, we set it up 2 to 3 hours. We're there, and then we leave. We just pack up everything. So arrive at least an hour to an hour and a half to set up, right? You want to make sure you're there on time. You want to make sure that you help your hostess to, you know, to set up, because if it is somebody and not LC, they probably lost. They don't know what to do, right? So make sure that you're there an hour to an hour and a half. And it should be just light refreshments. I know I've been to a lot of running parties, and some of them, they really go overboard, and they prepare so much food. And it's great, but the only thing is it's not duplicatable, because it's especially if you have a new LCs watching you, then they might say that, oh, it is so hard, there's a lot of hard work, I don't want to do it. But if you have a light refreshments, like it could be veggie trays, fruit trays, or just some crackers and cheese, like, you know, the wine and cheese. It could be chips, you know, cookies. So something like that, just light refreshments, and then drinks. And then what you wanted to do is, as the guests comes in, you wanted to greet them and ask them to register. Name tag is optional, but it's really great, especially, you know, a lot of people, they invited sometimes people from their work, people from their neighborhood, or, you know, their old friends. So they may not know each other well. So name tag is great, because, you know, I don't know, but me, I'm like so bad when it comes to names. People introduce themselves to me by and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, few minutes I can remember their name. So name tag is really, really great. And show them the refreshment table after they did the after they register. And then just build like and trust, right, before the party starts. And then after that, so once you build like and trust, you talk to them, and you know, they got their refreshments, so the host will ask the guests to have a seat. And then if it is your friends, they might want to introduce you, like a little bit of edification. Or if it is strangers, you know, that you just met that's willing to host a party for you, then you wanted to introduce yourself. But make a short introduction, you know, you don't want to bore them with your story, with your life story. Just a little bit about yourself so that they get to know you and trust you. That's what the like and trust is all about. And then we play a game. First, you know, after I introduce myself, just to kind of break the ice. That's the purpose of playing games. It's first because we want to make sure that they know our brand, that they will leave the party full-heartedly know our brand, that brand is going to stick in their head, that they will never forget Fairy, Fairy Mosh, and Posh. So that's why I love to play games. So since I started doing branding parties, you know, I developed over the years how to break the ice and just really have fun in the party, you know. So I discovered and I introduced the games, and I love it. So what you will need for the game is your home show manual. That's why I said earlier it's very, very important for you to have the home branding party kit, even if it's just, you know, one for your team, or better yet, it's just get one for yourself, because you're going to need it over and over and over and over. So then you need the GWT Play Money. So in the home branding party kit, it comes with the Play Money. And then the raffle ticket. Like in Canada, we have dollar store. I'm sure all over the world you guys have a thrift store where you can get the raffle tickets. Prices, I usually buy prices from the dollar store. Again, not very expensive. And ideally, if you have 5 guests, you will need 2 prizes. If you have 10 guests, then you will need 3 to 5. If it's more than 10, then 5 to 8 prizes. And then I have auction game, which I will again introduce to you. So 1 prize for the auction. The auction price is a higher value because you wanted to encourage them to bid for that prize. So we've done home show where there's different LCs who's doing one show, so we kind of just combine it. So what we did for the auction is the heart pendant that was featured at the View, because it has a story, it has a value, and anybody wanted to bid on that, right? Who does not want to wear a piece that was featured at this popular daytime show, The View, and not only that, it got a standing ovation, right? So, you know, if you can afford it, that's great. And so note, never give out the prizes until the end of the party, because you want to make sure that they stick to your party till the end. Because what happened was when you give it out right away after each game, then they just go home, right? They just make excuses, and they're like, oh, you know, I got to go feed my dog or my cat, or I got to go pick up my kids. So you want to make sure that you give it out at the end of the party so that they'll stick, till the end. So this is the first game that I play, the slogan trivia game. I love this because, again, it breaks the ice, and it's just really, honestly, if you play this, it's so much fun. I've got even people asking me for this game because they want to use it at their corporate party, you know, especially now Christmas party, you know, there's a lot of company parties, so they ask me for this game. It's really, really great, and this is how I started. So, you know, before we start, I wanted to give you a chance to get a ticket for our amazing prizes that we're giving away today. And we're going to play the slogan trivia game. This is to test your knowledge, how well you know about a different brand. So I'm sure that you guys watch TV and listen to the radio. And this is a slogan trivia game. And, you know, every time you get the answer right, or whoever, you know, yelled out the answer first will get a ticket, right? So these are the 3 slogans that's in the branding party manual. Just do it. And then they'll say Nike, like they yell it out, right? Nike. So, you know, and then you give out the raffle ticket to whoever's yelled it out. Eat Fresh, Subway, then they yell it out, Subway. Design, function, exclusivity. So most of the time, nobody knows this unless they've already looked at the lookbook, because, again, you know, the reason why we're playing this game, because we're also doing our branding campaign. We do have our own slogan. This is us so that people know our brand all over the world. So design, function, exclusivity, look around. Like if you have lookbooks all over the place, and you can sometimes give them a hint. So look around and see where, you know, if you can find it, and whoever gets it right will get 2 tickets. And then it's okay if they don't know the answer, because people learn from their mistakes. Like I learn really, really well if You know, like you know that when you take an exam and then you got the answer wrong and then you finally know the answer, I bet you never forget that answer. You see? So it's okay if people don't know the answer to this, because once you give them the answer, guess what? That will stay with them for a very long time or forever, right? Because they will not forget that. So design function exclusivity, and then nobody gets it, then you say it's Fairy. Fairy is one of our designer brand, and then you just kind of like give a little bit of information about Fairy, like not long that you're doing a presentation, just so, you know, just a little bit, just Fairy, you know, we have many products under the Fairy brands, and this is actually the celebrities designer brand. So that you can say that about Fairy. So then the next game that we play, so after that game, so you go over through all the slogan and you give them the ticket. So tell them to keep the ticket because there's another game. And I love this. I named this Fairy game because you see, I've done so many parties, and in the past when we do parties, we tend to give too much information, right? It becomes a presentation, and people don't want that because they're there to have fun, to buy products, but sometimes it turns out to be a presentation. And then sometimes we get feedback from guests that, oh, it's one of those, you know, presentation, whatever. Like, so when you give out too much information, people only wanted to retain in their brain what they wanted to know. Whatever it is you tell them, you can tell them 1,000 words. You can tell them how long you want it to you know, go on about our brand. They're only going to want it to remember what they wanted to know. So that's why this game, Fairy game, is a Q&A game, question and answer. When you give people information, they only keep in their brain the information they want to know, right? So here, you're actually giving them a chance to ask you questions. So your guests will ask you questions about the things they want to know. And then you can tell them, you can ask me anything about our products. You can ask me anything about our brands. You can ask me about our business and how I get paid to wear designer products, and about our company. And then once you answer, so when they ask you a question, for example, what are your different brands, right? So every time you answer the questions and they hear the word Fairy, they have to yell it out. So you will explain that to them. So this Fairy game will get you a chance to ask me anything about my business, about my company, about my products, about my brand. And as I answer your questions and you hear me say the word Fairy or Fairy Mosh, you have to yell it out, Fairy. And whoever's yelled it out the first will get a ticket. If they ask you a question, they get a ticket. And then whoever asks you, because sometimes when you say, okay, who wants to ask the first question? And nobody wants to ask the first question, right? Because nobody wants to be the first. So I always give them incentives. Okay, so whoever asks the first question will actually get 2 tickets. Then they start raising their hands. They start, you know, wanting to ask the first question. So now the ball is rolling, right? So, for example, they ask you a question. And sometimes they ask me a question, so how long you been in business? Obviously, you know, you tell them about, oh, I've been in business for 6 years. It's been amazing, and, you know, I love doing it. So there's really no a chance, or there's no way you can mention the Fairy or Fairy Mosh, right? So they ask you about your personal, like how long you've been in business. But I always make sure that I mention the word Fairy or Fairy Mosh. So after I answer their question, so I've been in business for over 6 years, and I love doing it. I truly, truly enjoy it. And then I say, and by the way, I love fairy and fairy moss. Then they start yelling fairy, and you know, so always make sure that you mention the word fairy or fairy moss. Even if you just say, oh, I love fairy, like, you know, so that's the purpose of that. Because the more they hear fairy, the more they hear fairy moss, guess what? That will stay in their brain. And again, whatever they wanted to know, that will stay in their brain. So a lot of people, they get really, really interested. They start asking you about your business, about how you get paid to wear designer products. So you may want to take notes on those people, because at the end, you may want to talk to them about booking the time to see the tour. You see, I don't combine branding party with tour, but I don't say never, because I've done a party where at the end of it, we have 5 minutes napkin presentation. But ideally, if you're doing a branding party, just strictly for retailing, do not combine it with a tour unless the people you're inviting are already aware about the business. Because you don't want it to be a turn off. You don't want it like people think that it's another MLM company, and you want them to buy products from you at retail. That's the purpose of branding party, is for you to make retail profits. But again, you know, not always the scenario. If the people you invited already know they're going to see the business, then after the branding party, you can do the tour at the end, but not during your games or your presentation for the branding party. So again, take notes of all those people that are going to be interested learning about the business, because you're going to want to talk to them about booking the appointment for the tour, or if they can stick around and listen to the tour. You see, do it at the end, because not everybody is going to be interested in learning about the business. So you don't want those people to be around when you're showing the tour. So that's why, you know, make sure that all those people that just wanted to buy products already bought the products and they left, and then you can do the tour. And then auction game. So the purpose of the game is so that you will get retail sales and also booking, party booking. So this is a game where you can encourage them to buy more products and also to book the next branding party. That's why I mentioned earlier, you want to make sure that your price or your auction price is like something that has a value and something that you know that people are going to want it to bid on, right? Because, you know, if it's just something that you just got from the dollar store, I mean, people can just say, oh, I can just buy that from the dollar store. So it should be like something of a little bit high value. So this is how you will introduce it. So we have this item, beautiful, let's say, basket of goodies, or the heart pendant for auction. If it is the heart pendant, again, you want it to edify the heart pendant. So this is an amazing pendant. It's a heart pendant, but not just any other heart pendant. This pendant was actually featured at the #1 daytime TV show, The View, and it receives a standing ovation. And even Barbara Walters and all the hosts were so amazed about this amazing fairy product. So, you know, so we're going to have this piece for auction. So what you want to do is the GWT branding the money that comes with your kit, or you can have Monopoly money. So what you want to do is you wanted to start giving out the money first. So $100 for attending the party. So you give out, you distribute the $100. And then $200 for, you know, somebody who brought a friend. So you give them $200 each. And then, well, it says your 100 for placing an order, but I like to encourage them. So I will say, you know, $200 for placing an order. And then you get additional $200 for orders $40 and more. And then, again, $200 for paying the order at the party. So if they pay there right away by credit card or cash, then you give them extra $200. And then I like to give $500. I wanted to give them an incentive, right? So I always tell people $500 for booking the next party, and then additional $300 if you book it within 2 weeks, and then $500 if you want an information about how I can get paid to wear designer products. So, you know, so you don't hand out all the money at once. So again, you will stop giving out the money, just, you know, the $200 for bringing a friend. The rest, you're just going to be explaining to them how they can actually get more money for the auction. So then after that, what I do next is, remember earlier when I mentioned to leave the table empty? You see, that's optional. The common branding party or home show that I've seen from other LCs is that they do the product display. And I've done this too in the past, where you go there, you set up the table, you put the display tables, you know, the mannequins, you display all the products that you have. It's great, but I find it doesn't work for me really that well, because as soon as people come, they go get their refreshments or they go to the table right away, and they start picking up the products. They start asking you, how much is this? How much is this? Oh, I like this. How much is this? And then you start going through all the prices, the price list. You start checking your phones, your iPod, trying to find the price, and then you give them the price, and they're like, oh, it's expensive. You see, when they say that, right away they block it in their head that all these products are expensive. They're not going to want to order anything. So the whole time they were sitting there, they're already blocking their head that they're not buying anything. They're now thinking of all excuses they can think of just so they don't buy anything, right? So that's why I don't do the product display anymore. What I do is a demo style. So when I come in, I put a tablecloth, the lights, if you have lights, mirrors, and then I leave it blank, nothing, until I do the demo. And also, in infomercial, the shopping channel, and a lot of trade shows, if you go to trade shows and malls, you'll see everything is about demo. Everything is about showing people, you know, because that's how they get enticed in buying products, right? You're demoing it. You're explaining it to them. That's why for me it works really, really well, the demo style. So how it works is that you're going to ask for volunteers, usually 2 to 3 guests, and you're going to pick guests that's wearing different outfits. So you can, if there's the one that's wearing jeans, you know, casual, business or party attire, because some people, when they see our products, they just think that, oh, those are only for, you know, when you're dressed up. Let me tell you, I've done a party. I have party with Christine DeMille's party, and she's got this guest who's wearing a tracksuit, and it's very casual, and I called her for demonstration, and she's like, no, like, I'm not dressed up. I said, trust me, you're going to want to come here and try on our products because you'll be surprised. And she came up, and I put on the necklace, and let me tell you, she was so surprised. She's like, wow, I cannot believe it. It actually looks good even on my tracksuit, like, you know. So that's why I like to pick guests that are wearing different outfits so that they know that our pieces are very versatile. You know, you don't have to be dressed up to wear our products. And then let them try it on. So what I do is I put it on, and then I let them do the mini fashion show, you know, the catwalk, and then show them that they can incorporate different pieces. So I like to do layering. So first I will do the long necklace, and then I tell them, you see how great that looks, but now let me show you if I put another piece on top of it. So you're like layering it, right? Because that's upsell. It's very, very important to do upsell, upsell, upsell. Like I mentioned earlier, I used to work at the shopping channel. Let me tell you, they are so strict when it comes to upsells. Our upsells alone, it's over $1 million a year just for upselling. So that's why upsells is very, very important. So when you do the layering, when you show them that, you know, so again, if you just have a product display, nobody knows, right, that they can incorporate all these different pieces. That's why I love, honestly, the demo style, because you're able to demonstrate it. You're able to tell them with, you know, like play with their imagination, that they can wear it any outfit, that they can layer it. They can wear it with, you know, because some people, they may think blue can only be wear with blue or black, but actually if you put it on red, if you put it in different colors, it will pop like the color. So, you know, that's why the demonstration is really great. And then so after that, you take it out from them, you transfer it to another lady who's wearing different outfits. And then once you've done your demo, you just put it onto the mannequin or put it back in the box, and then you display it on the table. So you don't have to do the demo for every single product that you own. Just few pieces so they can get the picture. And then after that, you just do and then you just display everything on the table. So this is the time to put, if you have an assistant doing the party with you, you ask that person to display it after you do the demo. And then after you demo few pieces, you take out all your products and you put it on the product display, on the display table. And then they can help you with that. And then once you display everything on the table, invite them to see your products and to try them on, except for the earrings. Do not let anybody try the earrings. It's for hygienic reasons, right? So you may just want them to just put the earrings close to their ears. And then after that, you give them the order forms, the lookbook, or the Posh catalog. And then that's the time they go place the order. So give them about, I don't know, maybe about 10 minutes for them to go over, try on the product, and then placing the order. And then after that, what you wanted to do is that, so after you actually give them the order forms and they place the order, you invite them to sit again, and then, you know, you're going to tell them we're going to do the raffle draws, and then we're going to go start with the auction. But before I go through that, I wanted to just give you an example. So these are just the pieces that I use for demonstration. So first I let them put on this long black necklace, and then I layered it with this other necklace, because two of them together looks amazing. But again, you can put on one and then the other one the next day, but then they can incorporate it, right? So just so they know that our piece is very versatile and that they can layer them for much more, you know, like different looks, different effects, right? And then this is upsell. So you can upsell them the earrings or the bracelet. So again, upsell, upsell, upsell. That's how you're going to increase your sales. And then when you do upsell, it's also offering good customer service, because you're letting them know that, you see, it looks great with these earrings, or it looks great with this bracelet, right? So that's why upsell is very important. And then you can show them the set. You can let them try on the set. Well, again, except the earrings. So the necklace, the bracelet, and then you can tell them, you can upsell them the earrings. You see, there's the earrings that also complete the whole set, the whole look. So after they gone through the orders, the products, and then invite them to sit down again. Before we do the raffle draw, I always mention about the two services. First is the email template. So I just let people know that I'm sure that you love everything in our catalog and on the table here, but some of you may not afford it right now. So what we offer, we have two services that's really great that will give you the option to own everything that you want. So first is an email template, so you can have your wish list, and then, on your birthday anniversary, we will send an email template to your spouse, about the products that you like, that you want, and then that will create a follow-up sales for you. And again, good customer service, right? So it's all about, in sales, in retail sales, in any sales, good customer service is the key. Once you give them the good customer service, they will come back for more and more and more. I know Daisy is great in customer service, like when somebody orders from her. That's why people keep on coming back, because she really put an effort to make this really nice basket, and it's just really great, right? Again, customer service. So that's the first service, so the email template, and very, very important, the VIP reward program. Before, we just have the VIP preferred customer, but now it's a reward program, which is even great, because now every single time they purchase from you, they are accumulating that dollar value, and guess what? They get 2 to 10% rebate on all their purchases for life. How great is that, right? So what you wanted to do is you explain them. Again, I know that you guys want to own everything, but what we're actually offering is our layaway program. So every month you have an option to contribute $35, $75, or $150 in your account, and that accumulates until you have enough money to buy whatever it is that you want. So always, again, please always mention the layaway, because that will create an instant retail sales for you when they use it, and again, it creates commissionable volume. So all that volume, guess what? That contributes to your cycle, right? That up to $500 cycle. So you wanted to encourage them that we do have a layaway option, and $35, $75, $150 is not a lot of money, so they can do that, and it's really great. So I love that two services. And so I wanted to explain now how to generate a group shipping code, because some people, when they do party, they wanted to save on shipping. Again, it's really, really great. The shipping within Canada, it's $12.95. How great is that? Like, the company is amazing. They really lowered the shipping for all the customers. So $12.95 is really, really great, right? But again, some people, they wanted to save money on shipping, so you can actually generate a group shipping code. It's save on shipping, but all orders will be shipped to your address, one address, which is your address. And one shipping charge, how it works is that one shipping charge, which is in Canada is $12.95, divide by, let's say you have 10 orders, so each customers or each guest will only pay $1.30 shipping cost. But again, it will ship to one address, and then you just have to distribute the orders. So how it works is you log into your back office, you click on the product galleries tab, and you click on group shipping, click on GWT at home branding party, and then on step 1, you will enter how many orders for that branding party. So if you have 10, you enter 10, and then step 2 is generate your code. So you just, click on create your home party group shipping code. It will give you a code. You give that code to each guest, or if you are the one entering the orders, you just enter that code per order, right? So that they only get charged $1.30 shipping code. Giving free shipping. You can actually give free shipping. The code for free shipping is free ship. All orders will be shipped again to your address. So what happens is that you are the one that's going to be paying for the shipping cost. So it will deduct $12.95 from your retail profit. And then what you need to do is all guests will put free ship. That's the code. But let's say, sorry, let's say you have 10 orders, but you really just wanted to give the 2 people free shipping, right? Because maybe they order $50, $100 or more. So maybe you wanted to give them an incentive for free shipping. So you can do it 2 ways. First, you can just create the group shipping, but you can only put 8 as opposed to 10. And then that $12.95 will get divided between the 8 people. And then the other 2, you will put the code free ship. So whatever codes that's generated from the group shipping, you don't put that with that 2 orders. You put the free ship. Now, the second option is that once you already created the code, let's say, for example, you already divided the shipping to 10 orders, but then they talk to you and say, oh, can I just, can you just waive the shipping for me since it's only $1.30? Then what you wanted to do is that you're still going to use the free ship code for those 2 orders. So what's going to happen is that $1.30 plus $1.30 is $2.60. That will just get deducted from your retail profit, right? So the rest, the 8 of the orders, will just have to pay $1.30 each. So those are the 2 ways how you can do the free shipping. And again, you can give them all free shipping, but $12.95 if it's, by the way, again, for your information, $12.95 shipping is only within Canada. That will get deducted from your retail profit. So, you may want to rethink that before you give everyone free shipping, especially if they wanted to have it shipped to their address. If they're only going to be shipped to one address, which is your address, yes, by all means, give them free ship because you only get charged $12.95 within Canada, obviously. So giving discounts, a lot of people wanted to give discounts. So you can give 5, 10, up to 15% discount. You can actually customize your discount for each guest. For example, you may want to give 15% discount for guests who place an order over $100. And then for the rest of the guests who place an order under 100, you may want to just give them 10 or 5%, right? You can do that. The discount doesn't have to be all the same for everybody. So how you will do that right now is that, unfortunately, you will have to be the one placing the order to be able to give that discount, the 5, 10, or 15%. Because this is only can be done in your back office. So you will have to just have to get all the order forms, and then you can enter it at home when you get home. But again, tip, if you are going to enter all the orders when you get home, to make sure you go over each order, the name, the address, phone number, email, and also the credit card information. You want to make sure it's the right credit card. It's best if you get the credit card and read and compare the numbers, right? So that you can do that at home when you get home. So what you need to do is you need to log into your back office. Again, go to Product Galleries tab, click on Group Shipping, click on GWT at Home Branding Party, select the customer from the list. So now, if they've already created their VIP account, they're already in your list, like the list of all your VIP clients. If not, if you have those orders and they haven't created the account yet, you're gonna have to enter each one of them, okay? And then you select it from the list, and then you select the discount level, either 5, 10, or 15. And again, you can customize it however you want, how you ever wanted to give them a discount. And then you enter the password that you've created for them, and then you click on place order. Once you click on place order, it will take you to the gallery website, and then you start placing their order. With the VIP account, I don't usually give them a discount now because they already automatically, when you set up their account, they automatically get $15 off. They can use a $15 shopping bonus right away. So there's really no need to give additional discount unless I love to send it to people. So if their order is over $300 or over $500, then I tell them I'll give you extra 10% off. So on top of the $15 that you get shopping bonus for signing up as a VIP rewards client, you actually get extra 10% off if you place an order of $300 or $500, right? So you can do that. So I just wanted to share some of the invitations that you can send out to people either by email or you can create an actual invitation. So the first one, again, your theme, you're invited to an exclusive viewing of the hottest designer brand as seen on celebrities. And then when we're time, lots of great gifts, bring a friend. And then number 2, again, your theme, again, very important. You and your friends are invited to experience Fairy Designer Lines, the world's fastest growing luxury brand as seen on celebrities. I look forward to showing you our latest collection. Do you notice I always put in any of my invitations as seen on celebrities? When I used to have my traditional business, my handbags is inspired by what celebrities are wearing, like are carrying, right? The bags. That's why I have these binders with all the celebrities' bags compared to my bags. And that's why I sold tons and tons and tons of handbags. That's why the one of the biggest retail store in Canada loved my handbags and asked me to supply them. That's how I got into Winners, because they love my product, because it's as seen on celebrities. That's why in all my invitation, you will see it as seen on celebrities. So invitation 3, I'm in business. You're invited to my grand opening party featuring the hottest designer brand as seen on celebrities. Again, this is the grand opening. I highly recommend everyone to have a grand opening party because you're announcing it to everybody that you're in business, and then they can support you, right? So, you can have the grand opening special, 10% off to your email, your invitation. And then I love this, if you know anybody that, a lot of, like I've done it in the past where I combine party with a spa owner or, Mary Kay distributors or so what we do is we combine it. So shop till you drop, but first let me show you the hottest designer brand as seen on celebrities. You will also receive a mini spa treatment from our spa menu. So, again, they're shopping, they're experiencing treatment, so it's really great. And then that's all. So thank you so much, everyone, for being on this call, and I hope that, I've helped you and able to share my knowledge and expertise. And what we need to do is just book parties, especially now it's holiday season. It's the best time to increase the retail sales, and stay tuned for the online branding party, because let me tell you, it will completely revolutionize the home show industry. So I'm so excited about that. And have a good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I will pass the call now to Sherry. If you have any questions or comments, you can let her know. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Jenett. You did awesome job, just like always. We always learn so much from you. And you know, I'm going to have my one of my friends going to host a branding party for me on Tuesday. So I'm going to have a fashion party. So it's a fashion Tuesday, it's not fashion Friday. But I got a lot of great tips from you again, and I'm going to use some of them. And thank you so much for sharing with us your expertise and all the you know, advice and tips, and you share with us is invaluable. So thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, you know, this is a really great information. I hope you took a lot of notes. And what I did, I recorded for you, so I'm going to post it very soon. And if you want to go back to the training, you can. If you have any question, please type in now. And we're gonna rock and roll, and you know, have a lot of sales during this Christmas season. And this is going to be the best season for us, especially if you are into branding party and do some retail sales. Do not miss the opportunity on this. So let me see who's any questions coming in. And okay, the first question is from Dominic. Dominic was asking, when do you think this will launch? I'm assuming that you're asking about the online branding party, because that's when Jenett was sharing with us the online branding party. So Jenett, do you have answer to that? Do you think do you know when the online branding party will launch?
I am working with Ramin and Nad, so stay tuned with that one. I'm still doing my presentation to present that content very soon.
I hope it's really soon, because we really, right now we enter the holiday season, and a lot of people are going to do a lot of sales, and I think we should take advantage of it. And you know, online branding party sounds like really amazing idea. I look forward to learn how we can do it, and how we can, you know, capitalize this this time period. You know, it's already late in the second half month of November. So
yes, but it's all about programming too. So we have to just make sure that I have time to do it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Thank you, Jenett, for that. So, and then yeah, everyone is asking about that. There's another question just about the same. How soon can we expect the online branding party? So yeah, you got your answer. So basically, they're working on it, and hopefully our IT, because this is gonna be very big on the IT department. And when the IT department is ready, then we are ready, right?
Yeah, I'm very excited about the online branding party. That's why even I can't wait, right? I've already contacted all my friends in the U.S. and in Australia to host a party for me.
Yeah, I'm going to get them ready. I'm going to get my friends ready and to host a party for me too. So it's going to be fun. And so next question, Tim said, thank you for all your training. How long do your party normally last?
No more than 3 hours. It should be only maximum of 3 hours. From the time you register them to doing the games, doing the demo, and then placing the order should be maximum of 3 hours.
Okay, great. Maximum 3 hours it is. And we have Bruno, I think, okay, I thought Bruno is from St. Lucia, but it seems like he's in Poland. So he said, great training, thanks from Poland, where we had incredible pre-launch tour and bootcamp with our senior VP, Jenett Beaver. How lucky you guys are. And as we are on the way for Poland and European GWT Empire, 4:21 a.m. here. Wow. Oh, it's actually Raza and Xianghin who's talking behalf of her. Okay, so Raza and Xianghin sends the regards to the 4:21 a.m. and they are still online and listen to your training. That's the dedication. I really admire that. Thank you, Raza and Sean, and to be on the call with us and participate in Jenett's training. I'm pretty sure you guys all learn a lot from her too. And rock and roll in Poland.
Yes, thank you. Congratulations, Poland.
Okay, and then the next question is, if a customer writes a check, who do they make it out to?
You have to be very careful when it comes to check. I only accept check if somebody I really, really know well. If it is my friends, if it is my family, they have to address the check to you. And then what I do, because I've received checks in the past, what I do is that I tell them before I place their order, I'm going to go deposit the check. I'm going to make sure it's, it's cleared before I place their order. So it will have to be payable to you.
Well, great answer. And seems like in U.S., I from the past few experience in doing a trade show and a home branding party, I see a lot of people doing checks here. So seems like it's pretty common here. So it's a very good question. Thank you. And the next question is from Barbara. Thanks, Jenett. Great training once again. Wondering if you have used the mobile method for credit card use. Could there be further training on this?
We haven't really launched yet our mobile payment option yet. So if you're doing mobile, what you can do first, I know there's a lot of apps there. If you have smartphone, you can do that. And one of my downline actually showed me this really, really neat credit card attachment to your phone, and it's so tiny. It's like a keychain, and she attached it to her phone, and then she swiped the credit card. And you can get that from Staples here in Canada. I'm not sure about in other parts of the world, but you can get it from Staples, and then it goes to this merchant, and then they give you the cash, and there's a percentage of fees that you have to pay, and it's very, very reasonable. I've done a lot of online merchant or portable, those credit card thing, and comparable to the rate, it's actually pretty good rate. So I'm actually thinking about that. But yeah, she said she got it from Staples, so you may want to inquire about that. But as far as our online merchant yet, no, we haven't launched that yet. I don't think so. But what you can do also, there's an online one that you can, or PayPal. PayPal is really, really excellent in taking that credit card.
Actually, it's very good, Jenett. You take it this way. I personally just got this credit card payment method through this app you can do on a smartphone. It's called the Square. I went to a trade show and I saw a lot of merchants doing it. The vendors at a trade show, they're actually doing it, and they told me it's free. You can just download the app, and through the app you can apply. You can inquire for that little the little white the credit card swipe thing, and I don't know what it's called, but it's I just received it like 2 days ago, and the rate is, so there's no monthly fee. It's at 2.75% for each transaction, so it's pretty reasonable. And I would suggest if you are going to do a lot of trade shows or branding parties or retail sales, then do it. Square is one of many out there. I heard, but a lot of people suggested. So I think it's pretty reasonable and pretty reputable one. So I would suggest you to check the app on a smartphone. You can do it from Android phone or iPhone. Download the app and then go through the registration. You can get the swipe for the credit card for free. So that's that. And then Cheryl is asking, can you do your own branding party yourself? I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but Jenett, do you have an answer for that?
You mean hosting your own branding party? Yes, you can. I mean, if you want to invite your families and friends, then you can host your own party. But I mean, that's how we all should start our grand opening party, like I mentioned. But eventually you wanted to go out there and look for people to host a party for you. That's why I love doing trade shows, events, because first I use that leads for showing them the business. If they don't like the business or if they find that it's not for them, then ask them to host a party for you and then become a VIP client. So I use all my leads very wisely, and it's yeah, you can do your own party, but not all the time, because like I said, you wanted to be able to go out there and ask people to host a party for you.
Great. And then Ted is asking, Ted from UK, saying, hello, great presentation. Wow, just plain amazing. And this is Ted from the UK. Is this branding party invitation in the back office?
No, that's what I've created, but you can copy that. It's gonna be recorded, and I guess Sherry's gonna post it on GWT Family, so you can just go there, review it again, and then you can just copy it or edit it or something. But it's not in the back office.
Great, thank you. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name, because I don't know how to pronounce your name right. So, but this person is, I think her name is Keisha or Keisha. Thank you very much, Jenett, for your presentation. I look forward to working with you. So happy to be under you. Oh, I think it's your downline, your new downline.
Oh, is it Adisha?
Keisha.
Oh, Keisha, yes, it's Keisha.
Yes. So, lucky you, Keisha. And then this person said, which products and how many products would you recommend for the display for a new LC? Can be both jewelry and bags and other products?
I love to, actually, since we launched Porsche, that's all I've been displaying. That's all I've been using for demonstration. It's just because it's retail profit. So when you just new and you sign up silver and above, you get the PFA, which is a Porsche kit, and that's all you have to use. Because when you use it, it's duplicatable and it's simple, it's easy, and then eventually over the course, like I said, when you put in your monthly IA, you start collecting pieces, then you can incorporate them. But it's really, really great way just to use your FFA or your PFA kit.
Great, thank you. So this person said, amazing information. Thanks again from Jamaica. As friends, Florence. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name correctly here. If I spell wrong, it's by pronouncing wrong. Florence Williams from Jamaica. Thank you for logging in from Jamaica. And Cheryl asks again, can you accept cash with their order when they purchase?
Yes, you can. Again, that's the power of IA. what you wanted to do is you get the cash and then you go to your back office and then you order the products that they want using your IA. You see, that's how you're going to be rotating your IA monthly contribution, right? That's why when we do the presentation and we mention about the power of IA for retailing, that's the power of it. You get the instant cash and then you use the IA points that you've already accumulated there. So again, you're just rotating your money and you're making retail profit. So of course you can also accept cash.
Great. And Keisha is asking, would money orders be more safe and allowed to be used opposed to checks?
Again, you can use that. I will just have to be payable to you because the company do not accept check or money order. You can do only credit card when you place an order online. But if you are the one placing the order through your back office, then you have more options, right?
Yes, and Kelly is asking, thanks so much, and it was an absolute incredible training, and thanks so much. Can you share how you charge the proportion of shipping to a customer in a party? Also, can I add, let's say, $2 per person who is in my party regardless?
So when you generate a group shipping, you will do it in your back office. You will have to generate a code first. So you need to know how many orders you're going to be placing. So like in my example, $12.95 for Canada. If you have 10 orders, 20 orders, then you just divide that. But also it depends on the weight, right? I mean, you can have like 30 orders and only charge $12.95. So I'm sure the company will determine that according to weight and according to the size of the box. But ideally 10 orders, you divide it to $12.95 within Canada, and then that comes out about $1.30. So then when you place the order, you use that code, and then the customers will only get charged the $1.30. That's for 10 orders. That's how you will generate. You have to generate the code first. I showed it in my training, the step-by-step how to generate that shipping code, and that you're going to be using for the group shipping, and that will get only shipped to one address, which is your address.
Okay. Well, since the time is running out, I'm not going to take any more questions. I think besides, okay, I'm going to give there are some people saying thank you, and I just going to read that. And then if you have more questions, would you please email Jenett or Facebook message her. She's always available for us. So we have Renee Dawson from California saying thank you, Jenett, for another wonderful presentation. And we have Sharma saying great training, Jenett. So we got lots of questions and comments coming in, but I'm not going to just go through one by one right now because the time is running too late. But I really want to say thank you again for all the information you put here, and I know it's a lot of things that you put this together, the new training for us. I truly appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. So thank you, Jenett, and I want to also thank everyone for participating in the Sunday night webinar. It's very important, as you know, you can always learn something new from the top earner here, from the leadership council member here, sometimes even from the corporate here. I know that in the next 2 weeks we are going to hear the training actually directly from our corporate team. So stay tuned. And yes, Jenett, you have something to share?
Yes, sorry, I totally forgot. This coming Tuesday, our amazing CEO, Mr. Amin Mescarlo, will be in the Mississauga tour. So for everyone within GTA, I highly recommend for you guys to be there. Bring a lot of guests to support the Mississauga, the West End. I know that I'm going to be bringing a lot of guests, and Maria Gideri, she is the one in charge and expanding the, the West End, along with Courtney and Leroy, and so we want to make sure that we're going to be there to show our CEO that the West End is growing rapidly, and so invite all the people that you know, because this is going to be an amazing tour.
Great. Thank you, Jenett, for the reminder here. You do not want to miss that if you live in close to the Mississauga, or even you are in the GTA area. Just participate. That it's not going to be a big room, so you need to be there early to make sure you have a seat. So thank you, everyone participating from U.S., Canada, Jamaica, Netherlands, Poland, St. Martin, St. Lucia, wherever you are in the world. I really appreciate that you guys being here and being with us, and make sure that, don't miss any training from our Sunday nights. And thank you again, and look forward to see you guys again on the next training. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night, Jenett.
Good night, Sharon. Thank you so much.